Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Earlier, we were talking about what it means for the Pac-12 to be classified as a non-autonomous FBS, conference. And now we're going to be talking about Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever jersey outsells the Dallas Cowboys' entire team's jersey sales for the whole year. So, Caitlin Clark's just keep making big move after big move.
This one's a shocker. So you're gonna hit that article, or you just want to talk through it?
Yeah. So the Dallas Cowboys are undoubtedly the most popular team in the NFL, but even they are apparently no match for the phenomenon that is Caitlin Clark. According to Dick Wise of the New York Daily News, Clark, the number one pick by the Indiana Fever in Wednesday's WNBA Draft, sold more jerseys on her draft day alone than every player on the Cowboys roster combined did last year. Considering that Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons had the best-selling jersey in the NFL last year and quarterback Dak Prescott placed 5th on the same list, Clark outselling the entire team is simply mind-blowing. And some estimates it's really hard to find the numbers in 3 minutes of Googling, saying that Cowboys sold around 250K jerseys last year. If that's true, it's simply insane that she sold more in just a week. But it barely is true. The WNBA merch shop gave errors because there were so many people trying to buy. And I guess whoever wrote this article said, hand up, I was one. I'm a huge Caitlin Clark head, and apparently everyone else is too. She's fantastic, and now the fans want her merch. If you do, you can go, so this was posted by Barstool Sports, and if you go to this article, it gives you links so that you can buy her jersey or her hoodie. So.
Okay. Here's the weird thing about that. The Dallas Cowboys is the biggest, most popular football brand in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say it again. The Dallas Cowboys is the biggest, most popular brand in the United States, and it's not even close. Mm-hmm. They're the richest franchise. They had two guys, Dak Prescott and Micah Parsons, two top jersey sellers in the entire NFL. And Caitlin Clark outsold them. The entire Dallas Cowboys, what the Dallas Cowboys sold in a year in jersey sales, Caitlin Clark did in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want you to think about this, Faith. That's mind-blowing. That blows my mind. There's no way I would have ever thought that is even possible. If you would have told me that Taylor Swift had a had a Taylor Swift jersey and it outsold the Dallas Cowboys in 2 days, I'd be like, I don't know about that. I don't know if in 2 days, maybe a month, maybe a month, maybe a month. But to say a women's basketball player is so popular that she outsold an entire NFL franchise in a couple of days is unreal. Then take into account this. How many of those people wanted a jersey but couldn't buy a jersey because they were sold out?
Yeah.
Think about if they didn't have that much merch on hand. Do you think the Iowa WNBA team was like, hey, we need to really get our warehouses loaded up here for this? First off, you know what I mean? They were expecting it, but there was a bunch of places that were sold out of jerseys. Mm-hmm. So when you take into account that some people didn't even get their jerseys, imagine how big it would have been. I mean, she has done things that no one else has done. And I know we talk about Caitlin Clark a lot, but I want to talk about Caitlin Clark because rarely do we get the opportunity to have an athlete reaches a female athlete reach rock star status and it's deserved.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that, I'm not trying to be sexist or anything. What I mean by that is, as I brought up the Anna Kournikova situation, you can have an athlete, she's popular because she's beautiful or she's sexy. Caitlin Clark is popular because she's just badass. You know what I mean? She's dishing dimes, she's busting threes, she's doing it all on the court, and she's doing it better than any other woman has ever done it in the history of basketball. And people are noticing it. People want to see her. People want to be a part of it. It's the highest scoring, I mean, the most viewed Final Four in the history of basketball, the most viewed women's NCAA tournament in the history of basketball, the most viewed national championship game in the history of basketball, the most highest viewed NBA draft in the history of women's basketball, a $10 million deal to go play the Big Three. She turned that down. Huge contract, shoe deal, big deal. Now, she sold more jerseys than the Dallas Cowboys sold all year in just a couple of days. But the great thing about it is, because when you look at a player, sometimes a lot of people will look at her and just say, she's just a pretty face. And she's a flash in the pan and you whoop her. But guess what? No, this woman is doing it. She's earned it. Yes, people are going to say, but she didn't win the championship. There's 160, how many, there's a ton of schools. There's about 100, at least 150 or so schools that play college basketball. She finished second, okay? No, she didn't win the championship. She was just number 2.
She didn't win the championship, but she is the all-time leading scorer for the Division I college basketball, men and women. So
exactly. That's my whole point I'm getting at. Winning the championship is a team game. Mm-hmm. She was on a team with lesser players. The better team won. South Carolina, head to toe, had more elite players. She took a lesser team, put them on her back, carried them through the NCAA tournament, which is a one-and-done tournament, and took them all the way to the NCAA championship, came out, turned pro, number 1 pick, and now the highest-selling women's basketball jersey in history. That's a good thing for women's sports. That's something that more people should get behind. I am all for it. I hope, and I really hope, that when these games are played in the WNBA, that I hope she hit the ground running like LeBron did. Because I think there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be curious about her. And if she comes out and she struggles initially, they're going to turn on her fast. But if she comes out and she's lighting it up from the jump, I'm hoping that some of these viewers will stay with the WNBA. Instead of the WNBA, Caitlin Clark can single-handedly change the WNBA from an organization that has lost money every single year in existence. There's never been a year that they've made even $1. On average, they're anywhere from $10 to $20 million a year they lose. The first year Caitlin Clark's in the WNBA, I'm predicting that the WNBA turns a profit this year. Mm-hmm. That's the Caitlin Clark effect. And, that's a changing, that's a monumental shift. And I'm hoping that some of these people will watch the game and realize, hey, this women's game is not so bad. And once you realize it's not so bad, now you're vested, because now you can watch the Tarazis and the Reeses and the Caitlin Clarks of the world and start realizing who these players are. And it doesn't hurt you. You can still love your NBA, your college basketball, men's, but you can still catch some of that women's game as well. It's a good thing. This woman is changing the story.
I absolutely agree. I think if her jersey is outselling an entire NFL team, specifically the Dallas Cowboys, I really think that is a good idea of how many people are going to be tuning into WNBA games. So I'm really hoping that that will continue throughout the years, and this is not just going to be a one-time deal thing, because there are so many talented women in sports and they do not get the recognition they deserve. So I hope that this continues.
Hey, I wouldn't have believed it if you'd have told me, hey, they outsold the Arizona Cardinals or the Jacksonville Jaguars or jersey sales for the year. I'd have been like, that's not possible. Mm-hmm. But for her, she didn't beat low-hanging fruit. Mm-hmm. She beat the king of the mountain, the Dallas Cowboy organization, the most popular organization in sports. She outsold the entire organization in a few days.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Mm-hmm. Absolutely love it.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, with that, we are going to close out the show for the day. Thank you so much for tuning into the Andrew Tate Show, presented by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to subscribe to the show and leave a positive review. It really does make a difference. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. Thank you once again. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to